Okay, great. What's gonna happen today? I've been looking for something to stream about, and I saw this post today, and I've been thinking a lot about tables recently. And this is from Mark Woots. I believe he has done a lot to support the Python community at the Python Software Foundation. He has also written JupyText, which is a popular tool that a lot of Jupyter users use. And today he's talking about interactive data frames with iTables. So I thought it would be really fun to take a first rip around this and then see what it sounds like with a screen reader. I know a lot of these technologies aren't necessarily designed for screen readers, so we'll be kind and understanding when we go through it. But it's also good to have this documentation for people to experience and potentially test on another screen reader. I'm going to be using Orca today once I actually get going, but it would be really fun if somebody could do something similar with NVDA or JAWS or VoiceOver. Maybe I can get to them. But in the meantime, let's get to finding out what this tool is. So I've already installed this. I'm not going to go through that work. I might leave it in the notebook later on. So it looks like we need IPython, pandas, and NumPy. I pretty much have that all the time. So I'm not worried about that. And then we've got some boilerplate code. And when it's all installed, it looks like we got animated GIF here that's moving. So somebody just executed some code and it exported one of these interactive tables. It's demonstrating how different entries can be shown. So rather than using head and tail, we can use UI. Now we have some sorting things happening. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the screen reader treats that. And the last thing that's demonstrated in the GIF is searching your data. So when we go through this, we're going to want to look at pagination. We're going to want to look at the number of entries. We're going to look at searching. And we want to understand not just what these things look like, but what they also feel like. So let's see. There's a history here. It looks like we've been working on this for about 2 years now. Very cool. It works with Quarto. We're going to see if it works with NB Viewer and NB Convert today. And it looks like they're using something called data tables extensions or data tables. So before we get cooking with this actual code here, let's go and take a look at the data tables page. So again, understand that not all the time are these things built for accessibility, but this looks like a really complicated table. This example that they have here, we're gonna listen to it in just a second. But it looks like names and rows can be expanded. So when we have things like that, we're verging into tree territory, which is a specific role not usually supported very well by all screen readers here. So we'll be able to check out this thing in isolation, and then we'll actually be able to see how it feels when we're working with real live interactive data. Let's dig into the source code first before we listen to it, because I am more visual here. So I'm going to crank this up significantly, and then we'll close the hide the inspector guy here. Okay, great. So it looks like there's some ARIA labels on the headings here. They are using the proper table construct. Call group is being used. That's kind of interesting. Been very successful with that. There's some ARIA on the heading, so we got some ARIA sort and some ARIA label. It'll be interesting how that works. Row span and call span are defined for everything, even though it appears to be a simple table. So that's all pretty great. And when we deal with the pandas stuff, we might run into some screen reader problems that we're very familiar with pandas tables. So this looks like there is some accessibility consideration. I wasn't necessarily interrogating the code. It's just that when developers choose to use ARIA, that is a very conscious decision, and we should be aware of whether we're doing it right or not. Because one of the best ways to avoid ARIA errors is just not to use it. But in a complex table like this, we must. So let's tab around here real fast so we can see what to expect in isolation. And let's actually get out of here. Let's turn on screen reader. Let's turn. Is the screen reader not turning on? Okay. Screen capture, audio capture. Okay. Let me go over and try something over here. Okay. Orca refresh. Unable to create a connection, no source file. Wow, that sucks. I basically can't stream anymore because this is not working. Huh. I've never had this happen before. Well, I guess I'm going to have to restart, and we will hide this one. Good thing that nobody has actually joined it. Great. Fuck. What a bummer. That sucks. All right, well, I'm going to restart and start all this over again. Great.